Cookie, I took a poll in the office, and we all thought that Gravity was worth seeing in the theater.
Okay, agree to disagree. I thought it was way better on my iPod Shuffle.
Can someone please mop up that melted
There we
bronze?
go.
Someone's gonna step
So
in
then
that.
she's like, don't give me the office birthday card if there's nowhere left to sign it. She's like, where am I supposed to sign it? On the back, next to the credits, like a dog?
And if we could refrain from any sort of offensive language on set, that would be great. We don't want to single out any groups. So again, if everyone could just refrain from any offensive slurs or language. Thank you.
Hey, gang! Have you felt tired from all that racket and ballyhoo from the so-called music festivals that the teenage beatniks and ruffians do? Well, isn't it time to hop to having the music festival that darn plays real music that mature adults and grown-up older people like all of us and you can enjoy? Then come on down to the Hutchinson Community Park for Gerentala Palooza. We got Jerry Gorkin's medium-sized band, the Waltzaholics, assorted Bob Hope impersonators, the sounds of The Price is Right, the Muzak Ramblers, wind chimes, bingo, McDonald's coffee, and a half-dozen music boxes that play music. All the fun times and goings about begins at 7 a.m. this Thursday. And don't you worry, Missy, it's over by 2, so you have plenty of time to skedaddle on home before the drug dealers come out and deal their drugs. Take it from me.
There he is, boy 2.
Hey, can I take this microphone home with me?
I don't know
This
Jack.
is You Don't Know Jack 2015.
Right.
I'm your host, Cookie Masterson. And hey, wipe that smile off your face. This is serious.
Ew.
Okay, just kidding. There will be farts and stuff. So let me guess. You drive, you get shotgunned, and you sitting back in the toddler seat. You all take care of those screws now. You can force another player to answer immediately by hitting your screw button. If they miss it, you win extra bonus dollars. And our wrong answer of the game is sponsored by
the San Francisco Otter Choir. Free concerts every Wednesday, except for mating season.
Try to choose the wrong answer, brought to you by our sponsor, to get prizes and cash. Okay, let's begin.
Get ready, time for question. 1.
Right off the top, bootyful. Let's analyze one of Kim Kardashian's body parts. About what percentage of Kim Kardashian's brain is just made up of water? 10%, 40%, 80%, or 100%? Players 1, 2, and 3. What kind of dried, shriveled up brains have you been looking at? This would have worked.
I mean,
Kim Kardashian's brain, and everybody else's brain for that matter, is made up of about 80% water.
Could be
but
false.
That other 20% is just so round and firm, I can't stop thinking about it.
Hello.
Up next, his acting is all right. So, you know how they called Matthew McConaughey's resurgence as an actor his McConaissance? Well, if Matthew McConaughey is currently experiencing a McConaissance, then what period of his life just ended? The McCona Dark Ages, the McCona Industrial Age, the McCona Middle Ages, or the McCona Enlightenment Age? Player 1, honest mistake.
No.
Player 3, that was quality. Player 2, the Renaissance first occurred in Italy in the late 14th century, immediately following the Middle Ages. So the McConaissance would follow the McCona Middle Ages.
Hey!
Which is funny because most Renaissance sculptures also need to put on a damn shirt.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Who's dancing?
Take a good look at, brought to you by the letter U, Nabrow.
It's the perfect choices in two order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
And if you get this one right, I'll rustle up some extra moolah for you. Arrange these Sesame Street characters in order of fewest to most eyebrows. Bert, Ernie, the Count. Ernie, Bert, the Count. Bert, Ernie, the Count. The Count, Bert, Ernie, or Ernie, the Count,
What the
Bert.
Oh my god.
Player 2.
Incredible.
Get out of here! Seriously, get out of here. Players 1 and 3.
Bert has the most. And
Why didn't you pick this?
Damn it.
Ernie has no eyebrows at all. Bert has one long single eyebrow. And the Count has two. 2 eyebrows!
1, 2, 3.
And yet, none of them have ever blinked.
That was like the amount of eyebrows. That was the amount.
Here we have Duck, Duck, Swan. Say the cast of Duck Dynasty attends a performance of Swan Lake and thinks there are real waterfowl on stage. In their confusion, which character would they most likely shoot? Siegfried, Benno, Von Rothbart, or Odette? Player 3,
Just
cue the
guessing.
Swan song. Players 1 and 2. Odette is a princess who has been turned into a swan, so the Duck Dynasty crew would probably fill her full of lead.
Hey.
Especially if they find out she once fooled around with a lady swan in college.
Hello.
This one's called The Man in the Backwards Yellow Hat, and it's a dis or dat.
Me?
Player 3, we gotta get you back in the game. Take a run at this dis or dat. I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one, you tell me if it's an alleged antic by pop star Justin Bieber, or an antic by the classic children's book character Curious George. If it's Justin Bieber, press the X button. If it's Curious George, press the B button. The rest of you should still keep
They're
your
one and
eyes
the
open.
same, aren't they?
Pick your answers before player 3 does, because if player 3 gets it wrong, everyone who gets it right will split that cash. Okay, let's move. Feed in a mop, broke his leg, arrested for falsely reporting got high on ether,
What is happening?
I have no idea.
went to a Brazilian brothel. Forget George, I'm curious how someone could do this badly.
I think you're supposed to wait for him to say things.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree that it's time for that little bastard to get deported.
Rapidly.
And then it's your turn, Bieber. That's all we got for round 1. And player 4 is in the lead. This could get interesting. Don't
Player
forget, in
4?
round 2, all the cash is doubled.
There's only 3.
And don't forget, the wrong answer of the game is still there for the taking. It's time.
No, not 6.
I'll
Was that 9?
Here's a good one. Dumber and Dumberer 2. So there's Dumb and Dumber, and then there was Dumb and Dumberer, and then Dumb and Dumber 2. Makes perfect sense. Now, going back a few decades, there was The Odd Couple and The Odd Couple 2. So, if another remake of The Odd Couple used the superlative adjective, it would be called The Blank Couple. Odd, odder, oddest, or odderest. Player 1, who are you gonna screw?
Don't screw me. That's too sexual.
If you're gonna threaten to screw someone, you gotta act on it.
I have no idea what that
Let's
means.
try to forget that ever happened. Player 3. Now that's just the dumberest answer I ever heard. Player 2. Odd is the adjective, odder is the comparative adjective, and oddest is the superlative adjective. But of course, everyone who made the original Odd Couple movies is dead, which means it's the perfect time for Rob Schneider to swoop in and revitalize the franchise.
Question 7.
God damn.
Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Try this on for size. Let it go, let it go, let it go. At which temperature would Olaf from the movie Frozen melt and die? 30 degrees Kelvin, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Celsius, or 30 degrees Rankine? He's a snowman. Players 2 and 3? You may not know how temperatures work. Player 1. 30 degrees is below freezing in Fahrenheit and insanely below freezing in Kelvin and Rankine. But it's pretty balmy in Celsius, about the equivalent of 86 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yep, that's right.
And I know, blah, 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 he can magically be saved, but I'm talking about what would happen in the real world to a talking snowman.
Oh, I'm tripping.
Follow me down to the
Okay.
Say hello to Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
What?
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
First spotted in 1879. Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
I just want to do this for no reason.
Players 1 and 2. Albert Einstein was first spotted in 1879, the year he was born. Probably by a midwife or something, over a century after Uranus was discovered and even longer after kangaroos and peanuts.
Hey!
I've heard baby Einstein cried a lot because he left behind some important equations on the uterine wall. Player 3. Coming up next, wine or lose. If the Washington Redskins rebranded themselves with a non-offensive red-skinned mascot, what could they be called? The Washington Chardonnays, the Washington Malbecs, the Washington Pinot Blancs, or the Washington Rieslings?
I
Player 2,
don't know why.
any last words? Not too late.
Definitely Malbec.
Player 1,
Malbec
I don't know
red.
hey,
why.
way to be wrong!
Wow.
Player 3,
Rieslings.
Chardonnays, Pinot Blancs, and
It's
Rieslings
the
are
only
all
one I know.
white-skinned grapes, but the Malbec grape is red. Although to a connoisseur like myself, Malbec is very offensive. Oh yes, I do say that was quite a burn. It's time for I Want to Lick and Roll All Night. If Kiss singer Gene Simmons' tongue grew to the average length of an adult giraffe's, how deep into a woman's mouth could he stick it when he kissed her? About 5 inches deep, about 10 inches deep, about 20 inches deep, or about 30 inches deep? Players 1 and 2? Can't do anything right, can you?
No.
Player 3? An adult
I'm a
giraffe's
failure.
tongue is on average about 18 to 20 inches long. So that's about how deep into a woman's mouth a giraffe-tongued Gene Simmons could stick it. And if Gene Simmons' neck grew to the length of an adult giraffe's, he may not even need women anymore.
I know about that.
That is the information that I need to know. So I'm glad I have it.
Brace yourself for the attack. When you see 2 clues that match, press your A button. 2,000 big ones if you're right, but you lose 2,000 if you're wrong. And don't ever forget,
Remember the clue.
it's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Your house is made of what? What materials are their houses made from? Good luck.
Hey. No. No.
Possibly.
Hey.
I'm hitting these too. Hope you know that. am I an idiot here? What does this mean? Yeah, don't throw bread.
Wow.
Give me worms. Where am I? Who am I? What is happening? I need answers. Yeah, give me sticks. Cards? Hey.
Player 2 has it! Player 2, aside from your victory, the other good news is that you and the other players are intellectually compatible. When you're done here, why don't you go stack some blocks? Unless you think that'll be too challenging. One other thing. You don't know Jack!
Wow.
I'm hurt.
You don't know Jack.
You don't know Jack.
Who's Jack?
Who's Jack? I don't know.
Jack was stuck.
Jackbox Games. Jackbox Games.
Jackbox Games. Jackbox Games. Jackbox Games.
I'm that cat.